The American people are smart. They understand hypocrisy when they see it. They understand cynicism when they see it. Senator Schumer and President Biden thinks the American people are stupid. They think they can pull the wool over their eyes and somehow, after 3.5 years of open border policies, claim that they are now the party of border security. There is no state in the country that has suffered more under the Biden open border policies than the state of Texas, with 1,200 miles of common border. But here are just a few of the numbers. We don't really know how many people have come across the border, but best estimates are maybe 9 million, 10 million people. Best estimate of the number of gotaways, people who evade law enforcement, roughly 1.8 million people. We know there are 108,000 people who died of drug overdoses last year. 71,000 died from fentanyl. And now the Democrats are claiming that they care about fentanyl poisoning after 3.5 years of doing nothing other than facilitating the distribution of this poison to our kids all across the country. And then there's the least talked about casualties of this policy, which are the 400,000 children who've been placed with sponsors in the interior of the United States. The New York Times has done an investigative piece documenting how many of these children have been forced into labor. You can only imagine how many of them have been sold into sex slavery, how many of them have been abused, recruited into gangs. And the Biden administration takes the position it's not their responsibility to follow up on these children. And they simply don't know where they are, what's happening to them, whether they're going to school, whether they're getting the health care they need or not. And they don't care. They just don't care. Let me just mention one last problem that is caused by the Biden open border policies. I think it was last January, there were some published reports of people connected with ISIS, the successor terrorist organization to Al-Qaeda operating out of the Middle East, facilitating the travel of migrants to the southern border. Now, we don't know and perhaps can't talk about here publicly the intelligence reports that have been gathered that report on the number of these people connected with the terrorist organization that have been released into the United States. And frankly, I don't think it's a question anymore. Will there be a terrorist attack in the United States? It's a question of when that terrorist attack occurs. This is just another aspect of what has turned out to be a horrific policy by the Biden administration. But now they want to claim that they're the party of border security after 3.5 years. Give me a break.
Senator Schmidt.
Thanks, Marshall, for your leadership on this. I wish I had